So in the last class, we discussed about the working of a four-stroke diesel engine, and today we'll discuss the working of a two-stroke petrol engine. So here, the main difference between four-stroke and two-stroke means here, as usual, we know that for a four-stroke, to completion of working cycle, piston will take place the four strokes, that is namely suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke as well as exhaust stroke. But in two-stroke petrol engine, so all the process, all the working will take place in only the two strokes. All those phenomena will take place only in the two stroke. That means the piston will take place only two movements from TDC to BDC as well as BDC to TDC. So within these two movement of piston, so all four operations will be take place. That means at a time the two process will take place simultaneously, and then this working cycle will get finished. I will discuss here before going to the working explanation. So we'll just have the important parts we'll discuss here in the two-stroke petrol engine. So we have a spark plug same, and the piston, connecting rod and crankshaft will be same, and the crank casing. Instead of here, major difference is here in the four-stroke petrol engines we have the valves, but in two-stroke petrol engines we have the ports. So namely that is exhaust ports and inlet port and transfer port. These are the three ports are present, and these ports are operated, means closing and opening will be done by itself piston. The piston movement itself will operate the opening and closing of these three ports. But in a petrol engine, the four-stroke petrol engine, the valves will be operated by separate camshaft arrangement. So that is the one major difference. And now we will go to the working. So mainly here only the two stroke will be worked, the two different steps, the first stroke and second stroke. And coming to the before going to the working, so we'll have just brief introduction here. The two-stroke petrol engine, already I explained how it will be works only. It will works on the two-stroke, and it is having only the ports, not the valve. That is the inlet port and exhaust port and transfer port. And this entire the completion of working cycle will be done by only the two-stroke. So this is what the brief introduction about the two-stroke petrol engine. And now we'll move to the working of that. Coming to the working. Here the first beginning stroke. So one stroke will say in the beginning stroke the piston movement from BDC to TDC. While piston moving from BDC to TDC, here you can just observe here. While moving TDC to BDC, you can clearly observe here. This is the exhaust port. This is the inlet port. And while moving it, so already fresh air will be entered in this chamber cylinder by the previous movement of the piston. The already fresh air will be enters here, that will be being compressed during the movement of piston from BDC to TDC. So the already fresh air fuel mixture is present at the cylinder. It is being compressed by the movement of piston upward, and that time while it is moving, the transfer port and the exhaust port will be get closed. So you can clearly observe here, transport port and exhaust port all get closed by the piston movement, and the inlet port is being opened. You can see the inlet port being opened, and this will be reach the TDC. This is what the first stroke. You can clearly observe here what happens here. Again, I explain you, when the piston moving from BDC to TDC, inlet port is get opened and exhaust port and transport port is closed. That after the completion, that means in that movement of the first stroke from BDC to TDC, two operations will take place. One is compression and one is intake. Suction operation will take place. Means suction stroke and as well as compression will take place. And next, at the end of this first stroke, when the piston reaches the TDC, all the air fuel mixture at the present is being compressed with high pressure, and the spark is initiated by the spark plug, and that will burn all the air fuel mixture at the present, and that burn gases will push the piston downward. You can clearly observe here, after the piston reaches the TDC, the air fuel mixture is get compressed with high temperature and pressure, and the spark plug initiate the spark, and that because of that all the air fuel mixture is burned, and that will high pressure will push the piston downward. So while pushing the piston downward, So in the previous movement of the piston, the inlet port is get open, all the air, fresh air and air fuel mixture is get entered to the crankcase, and during the downward movement of the piston, see slightly it will close the inlet port. It will close the inlet port and the exhaust port being opened. You can see when the piston move downwards, the inlet port is get closed and exhaust port is get opened and the burned gases will be go out. So in the meanwhile, the exhaust port is open, the burned gases is moving outside and the transport port is getting opened. This transport port is get opened, and here the small a structure is like this. Because of this structure, so what happens? This will helps to drive the burned gases. So here the burn gases will be driven out by the two things. First one is by naturally because of this pressure, high pressure, and it will move out. And second one, the fresh air fuel mixture will scavenge. That process is known as the fresh air will drive out the burn gases through the exhaust port. That process is called as scavenging. So what happens? This fresh air will rushes. How it is rushed means that when the piston move downwards, inlet port is get closed and the air fuel mixture is stored in the crankcase. Here what happens? The air fuel mixture will be stored in the crankcase and the piston moving downwards, that will put the pressure on the crankcase, and because of that pressure the air fuel mixture is pressurized lightly and that will be rushed to the cylinder through this transfer port, and that will drive the burn gases and it will keep on accumulating in the cylinder. So like this, the second stroke will happen. Here means what happens? The power stroke as well as exhaust stroke will be take place. So like this, the second stroke will be done. See, you can see here again. You see the because of the burning of the air fuel mixture, the piston will push it downward, and the inlet valve. You can clearly observe that inlet valve being closed and exhaust port is get opened. And when the exhaust port opens and inlet valve is get closed, and this inside the whatever the air fuel mixture, it is pressurized, and that pressurized air fuel mixture will enter to the combustion chamber and that will drive out the burn gas. This process is known as scavenging. Like this the process will be done. Again we'll go see, because when the piston is moving upside, inlet valve is open, air fuel mixture is entered and compression will take place. That is the first cycle. And next second cycle, the power stroke, the burning process take place, piston move downwards and exhaust port opens, that burn gases will be driven out or the scavenging by the fresh air entering in the transfer port. So like this the working will be take place. Two stroke will be done here. The first stroke, that compression as well as the inlet option means intake will be taken place, air fuel mixture will be enters, and second stroke the expansion stroke or the power stroke as well as exhaust stroke. Like this the in one movement of the piston we will get the two operations. Like this the working of two stroke petrol engine. And next we have the explanations, and here itself we can see the explanation. Here we explained about when the piston movement from TDC to BDC. So I told you that when the piston movement from TDC to BDC means that is power stroke. During the power stroke what happens? The inlet is get open and because of the air fuel mixture is enters and burn gases will exert the pressure on the piston, then piston start moving downward. When the piston start moving downward, exhaust port is get opened, and because of the piston movement, the whatever the air fuel mixture present in the crankcase is pressurized, that will enter to the combustion chamber through this help of transfer port, and also it will drive the burn gases. This is what the one stroke, that is a downward stroke. And next upward stroke means here what happens? The piston will move from BDC, bottom dead center, to TDC. During this process what happens? Here the air fuel mixture is compressed as well as inlet valve is get opened and the fresh air fuel will get entered into the cylinder, and here the air fuel mixture is get compressed. So like this is the upward stroke. The first stroke, that is during downward stroke, mainly two operations will take place. One is the power stroke or the expansion stroke as well as the exhaust stroke. Exhaust stroke will take place, the burn gas will be driven out by the fresh air, that is known as scavenging. And second stroke, that is the downstroke finished. Then second stroke is upward stroke. During the upward stroke what happens here? One is the air fuel mixture is being compressed and also the fresh air will be take place into the crankcase. That means intake stroke will take place. Like this the two stroke will be done and 4 operation will be done only in 2 stroke. This is about the working of a 2-stroke petrol engine, and this will work under auto cycle concepts, theoretical auto cycle concepts. Okay, this is about the working of 2-stroke petrol engine. And next we have a comparison between the petrol engine and diesel engine. So in this table we will have some points which will be differentiate between the petrol engine as well as a diesel engine. So in petrol engine, we know that air fuel mixture will be take place to the suction stroke. During the suction stroke, air fuel mixture will be enters to the cylinder, and in diesel engine only fresh air will be take place. Only the air will be take place, and here the carburetor will be used for mixing of air fuel and will be supplied to the inlet port through the inlet port. But here the fuel injector will be used for supply of fuel to the cylinder, that will be sent at the compression stroke. And next one is compression ratio. The compression ratio is at the range of 7:1 to 12:1, but here the compression ratio is around 16:1 to 20:1. And next one is the charge is ignited, means that the air fuel mixture is get ignited by the spark plug, that is called as that's why it is called as spark ignition engine, that is a SI engine. And in a diesel engine, here what happens, the air fuel mixture will be ignited by the compression ignition. Already we discussed that is the self ignition process will take place, and that is why it is called as compression ignition engine, CI engines. And next year the combustion of fuel take place approximately constant volume. In the PV diagram already we discussed, there means that while the combustion process take place at the constant volume, but in a diesel engine combustion process take place at the constant pressure. And here the works at auto cycle, and this will works under diesel cycle. And here power developed is less in petrol engines and power developed more in diesel engine. And here the thermal efficiency is low, we can say up to 26%. Here thermal efficiency is high, up to 40% we can get. And these are high speed engines and these are low speed engines. And this maintenance cost is less in petrol engine and maintenance cost is more in the diesel engine. And the running cost is high because of the high cost of petrol. We know that petrol cost is high, but here running cost is less because of the low cost of diesel. And here the lighter and cheaper because of the compression ratio. Because of the compression ratio, the engine is lighter and cheaper cost, and these engines are heavier and costlier because of the high compression ratio. In the same way, we have the difference between 2-stroke engine as well as 4-stroke engines. Here the 4-stroke, some of the important points are here, like, so here the completion of cycle will take place for 2 different of strokes will take place here. Only to complete completion of cycle, it will take 4 different stroke for completion of operation. And here power developed by every rotation of every revolution of the crankshaft, and here every 2 revolution the power will be generated. And here we have the ports. I already told that here the inlet port, transfer port and exhaust ports are there. Here only inlet and exhaust valves are there. And here the turning movement is not uniform, that's why we have a heavier flywheel. Here turning movement is uniform, that's why we need a lighter flywheels. And here the charge is first admitted into the crankcase, and then it is supplied to the engine cylinder by the transport port. And then here what happens, that directly the fresh air mixture charge will enter to the cylinder through the inlet wall. And here the for power generation, it need heavier engine is needed. For the same power generation, here the normal lighter compact engine is needed. And here thermal efficiency is low, here thermal efficiency is high. And the required is the greater lubricant and coolant, because here there is no separate provision for coolant in the crankcase because air fuel mixture is entering there. So that's why here while supplying it, we will mix the petrol with the oil. So generally if you take the RX100 or if you take this normal TVS and all, if you go to the bunks, they will mix the oil with the petrol. When they take petrol, they will mix the oil there. So because of the lubricant purpose, and here requires less lubricant because already lubricants are there in the crankcase. And here fuel consumption is more and here fuel consumption is less because here every revolution the power is generated. So that's why here fuel consumption is more, and also power developed is more in the two-stroke engine, and here that means power developed per stroke means per revolution is more here, and here the fuel consumption less because every 4 stroke, that means every 2 revolution 1 power stroke is there. That's why here power fuel consumption is less, and initial cost is less here, and initial cost is more. This is about the difference between two-stroke engines and as well as four-stroke engine, and this will covers the theory part of IC engines. So in this during these classes, first we discuss the initial that is some of the information about what is the engine and all, and next we discuss the classifications of the IC engines. After we discuss the main principal parts of the IC engine, next we discuss the terminologies of IC engine, and next we discuss the working of 4-stroke petrol engine, and later 4-stroke diesel engine, and next 2-stroke petrol engine we discuss, and last we discuss the difference between 4-stroke petrol engine to 4-stroke diesel engine, and last we discuss the difference between 2-stroke engine to 4-stroke engine. This will covers the theory part of IC engines.